All right, now that you found a good trade setup, what do? All right, actually, the what really makes a successful trader is not so much where they get in, but it's how they get out. And you know, if you've been in this game any time at all, you probably heard 100 times, you know, let your winners run and cut your losses short. Well, the reality is that if you really drill down, most of the time, most traders are doing the exact opposite. What happens typically is that, you know, they've got their particular stop loss in place. You know, let's just say, for argument's sake, it's 20 pips. Well, what happens is they get in a trade, they might be up 5, 7, 10 pips, and they get all nervous. They're all worried, and they say, oh my God, you know, the trade is slowing down. It's backing off a little. I don't want to give anything back. So they decide that it's better to bail out and preserve what they have. Okay, and what ends up happening is so many times they get out and they feel, oh, I did the right thing. I grabbed five pips, 7 pips. Next thing they know, the thing just skyrockets, and a couple hours later they realize that they just hung in there. They would have made 50, 100 pips. So the purpose of this video is to give you one of the ways I like to exit trades. It's mechanical. It tells you what to do, when to do it. And please keep in mind, there is no perfect exit strategy. The only way you could exit perfectly is if you knew the absolute price that the market was going to climb to before it turned around. So anyway, let's jump into it. What I like to do, now please keep in mind, this is for non-US traders, or although there is a company called Talonx in Estonia that will take US clients, and basically they'll let you scale out of trades. See, the problem is in the US now, the brokerage firms won't let you scale out, which is a real pain in the ass. So this strategy that I'm going to show you assumes that you can scale out. Now, if you've studied with Nikos, you know he likes to trade a 3 lot. Basically what he does is his first lot, he likes to exit at 1R. Basically what that means is that if he risks 100 pips, when he's up 100 pips, he gets out of his first position. His second position, he gets out at 2R. Okay, so if he's risking 100 pips, when the market climbs to his second target of 200 pips, he's out with that position. And then he's got what he's called the bonus lot, which he lets run. And he will tend to get out of that by usually some kind of trailing stop. It might be based on moving average and so forth. I have a slightly different take on it. For this particular example, I'm going to divide this up into 5 lots. Okay, so here's the idea. Let's just pretend that you get into a trade, okay, and remember, it's on your entry, or sometimes I call it your trigger bar. Remember, you're buying the high when it breaks out the high of that bar. So let's say the entry point is right here, all right? And you're risking 100 pips, so your stop loss is here. What I like to do is, when the market starts to climb up, I want it to hit 1.5R. Basically what that means is my first target is 1.5 times more than I risk. So if I risked 100 pips, I will exit one of my lots when I hit 150 pips. So, you know, I get in here, and when it hits that position, I'm going to scale out a 1, okay? Now, when I'm at that point, what I'll do is move my stop to break even. All right, so just down here. This way, my remaining 4 lots, even if the market dies out and comes all the way back, I made money in the first lot. I didn't lose any in the second, or on all the remaining lots. Now, let's assume that this is a great trade and it's really chugging along. We have 4 lots running. If it keeps going up, when it hits the second target at 3R, that means I've made 300 pips. I'm going to exit 1 lot. And now what I do is I move my trailing stop just below this 1.5R, maybe like 5 pips below it. Okay. Now I still have 3 lots. So if the market keeps going, when I hit 5R, that means I'm now up 500 pips compared to my 100 pips I originally risked. I'm going to exit my third lot, and then I will move my trailing stop just under this level. Okay, so now even if it doesn't go anymore, I've hit three of my targets, and I've locked in 3R on my remaining 2 positions. Then finally, the market keeps climbing. I'm going to exit my 4th lot here. That's at 8R. Okay, move my stop to here. And then finally, I would be having 1 lot. And then I'm going to, you know, kind of the holy grail is to hit this 10R. That means you would have made 1,000 pips on that final lot. But let's say that you still need to move your stop up to here, because let's say maybe the market dies out here. It doesn't quite hit the 10R. It could easily turn around and hit your stop, but at least you still made in the 8R range. So basically what this allows you to do is have a mechanical blueprint, and no matter what the market does or doesn't do, you can capitalize on it. Now sometimes you're going to get in and it's not going to be like I showed you. That's the optimum scenario. It may be that you get stopped out right away. It may be that you get in, you hit your first target, then you hit your second, and then it tries to go up a little bit, but then it comes back. Okay, so another time you might get in, you know, it just hits target 1, and then it does this, takes you out on all your other positions. Sometimes it might go up to target, you know, all the way up to 3, goes sideways, goes down, goes up, you know, and then stops you out here. So you never know what's going to happen. And this way you've got a plan in place. It's mechanical. You don't have to second guess yourself. And one last thing, let's say you're not trading a 5 lot. You could still do the same principle. Let's say you do a 3 lot, just, you know, get out at targets 1, 2, or 3, and you'll still do really well. So that's it. This is just one way to exit your trades. It's very clean and simple to apply.